What's up, my winos and vinos? This is Michael with Tempe Creek. And today we're talking about how much it costs to put in a vineyard. The cost for putting in an acre vineyard is $3,373. If you're satisfied with that answer, make sure to hit the subscribe button and go on your way. But if you want to know the details of how I got to that number, stay around. We're going to dive in deep. So first of all, I'm going to go cost by cost. The first two costs I'm going to talk about because they're a variable cost and they could be zero for you. It just kind of depends. The first thing are the vines themselves. You can get free vines from spring cuttings. Just go to a vineyard. They always have vineyard parties, and then you just prune their vines down, and you can take those home and then propagate those, and those are free. I know we've had people come up and they take like hundreds of cuttings with them. For us, we paid $6 a vine and we had 550 vines, and so we actually ended up paying like $4,000 for the vines. But again, if you're patient and you can get them for free, and so I'm going to put that as a zero cost. The next cost is also going to be a variable cost. For us, we use Watson system. So our cross arms are a little bit more expensive. They're like $15 a pop, and by far that's going to be the most expensive thing that we have in our vineyard. And we end up paying close to $1,500. But I think typical cross arms are not that expensive because they're just the straight bars, and so the cost will be substantially less. All right, here's where we get into the numbers. The first thing we're talking about is the T-posts. T-posts, I'm using 8-foot T-posts. They're $6.50. We need 180 of them, so 6.5 times 180 equals $1,170. Is that right? Did I say that right? $1,170. All right. I'll put the tally as we go. The next thing I used was Rebar. Rebar is $4.78. You're going to need 122 of them for about 500 to 600 plants. You can get them at Lowe's. You can get them at Lowe's for $4.78. And that total comes out to $583. I'll just next, end posts and middle posts, those big wooden posts that are 8 feet by 8 inches. You're gonna need, with our setup, you're gonna need 36 of them, and they're $20 each, which comes out to $720. You need high tensile wire. That's the wire where you run your irrigation, the top wire, and then on your cross arms. For that, it's $99 for 4,000 feet of it, and you're going to need 4 of those, and that ends up becoming $396. Again, I should be. The next thing is wire flapper strainers. Again, depending on how many you're going to use, you're going to need either about 20 or 60 of them around. Just depends if you're going to use them on every single wire or not. And so for that, let's say we're just going to pretend you're going to use the least amount possible. And so that's going to be $70 for those wire strainers. And I'll put the picture of what they look like somewhere. And they are, you can get them at Tractor. The next thing is tubing for your irrigation. I use that simple tubing. I got it at Home Depot. Do not go to Lowe's. Lowe's is like 5 times the expense. I don't know why. It just is. Go to Home Depot. You get 500 feet for about $37. You're going to need 6 of those, at least for our setup, the way we have it. 6 of those. And then that puts you at $224. All right, so now the last thing is you're going to need drippers. All right, you're either going to use half-gallon drippers and get double, or do 1-gallon drippers and you use half of them. People often recommend doing half-gallon on either side of the plant to kind of spread out the moisture. Maybe I'll do a video on that. I don't know. But you're gonna need about, well, one for each plant, right? So 550. That's gonna be about 7 packs. All right. You're gonna need about 20 packs, and they're $7 each. So that's gonna be $140. When you add all those up, it comes to $3,373. This assumes you're doing all the work, guys, and there's none of these extra things that are going around. All right, guys. So lowball figure, if you want to do it as cheap as possible, that's the number. Oh yeah, guys, don't forget to subscribe and do all those button pushing things that you're supposed to do. I appreciate your help.